Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Luna Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be going over the February transits with you. We're going to go over all of the transits I felt stuck out the most. We'll talk about the full moon and the new moon. I'm going to do a collective reading for everyone. And then I will do some free and paid mini readings at the end. So all that information should be in the little video on your screen. Let me know, everyone. We have sound, we have picture, everything's okay. No notifications, and we are multi-streaming. So don't forget, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. All right. I'm just checking and making sure everything is good, giving everyone some time to come in. We do have ad placement on this live. I'm going to talk a little bit about that over on YouTube, and then we'll get started with our February transits. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Sherry. I see everyone coming in. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome. I had such a good weekend. I'm really excited to tell everyone about it and talk about the energies that we could have experienced this weekend. And then I'm going to go over those February transits, which I feel like it's pretty interesting, especially that first week of February, because I feel like I got to experience a lot of that energy this weekend. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, so on your screen, you should be able to see the transits we're going to talk about. Those are the ones, February is a short month, and those are the ones that I felt stuck out the strongest. All right, first, before, Michelle, I almost forgot already. I even said I was going to make a note and not forget. So before we get to talking about everything, weekend energies. So this weekend, I got to spend some me time, right? Some self-care time. It was definitely much needed. I got to get in the hot tub and get in the pool. Just thoroughly enjoyed my weekend. And it's been, quite some time since I was able to do that. So I just want to say, I don't know, super grateful and had a beautiful weekend. I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend. But this weekend for me, I think the big word is going to be accountability. And so let me know if you guys are the sound was okay, really. um, let me know if you guys are also dealing with accountability. I think that's probably going to be like the theme or the trend for 2025. So I feel like it's, here we are, January 26th, getting ready to talk about February transits. We probably should go ahead and get really familiarized with this specific word because I heard it all weekend. So let's talk about that too. um, I think accountability is something that's really hard for us to do. It's easy for me, at least, to blame all the things that I do on other people. And I definitely feel like I'm one of those people that I feel like I hold myself more accountable than others. Does that make sense? Like you see other people and you're like, man, I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't, whatever. But even at that rate, there's still things that I do that it's like it's easier for me to put the blame on someone else. I actually made a post about it on Facebook. So if you guys read that post, I want to say I seen Sandra liked it and maybe Sherry or Michelle. Let me know in the comments, like, did that post about accountability resonate with you? Because that's really kind of what I experienced this weekend. And for those of you that are struggling and you feel like, man, I feel like I hold myself accountable, but there's things you need to work on. And even those of us that walk around that think we do no wrong, and there are some of us that do that. I was one of those people. Here's the best way to get accountable. Are you ready? Spend a weekend with a 9-year-old. Spend the weekend with a 9-year-old. And you know how they say, like, kids tell the truth? You know how we go to kids? Like, I go to Amelia all the time and I'm asking her, like, how does this skirt look on me? How does my makeup look today? Does my hair look okay? How does this fake wig look? Does it look fake? And she will tell me every single time. And when she knows that it may hurt my feelings, she will warn me ahead of time. Right? How many of you guys do that? If you guys like ask children questions because you know that they're gonna like give you like direct, straight facts. They don't sugarcoat. They're just gonna tell you how it is. So that was definitely my weekend. And I definitely got a lot of accountability, but I also got some wonderful girl time, right? And I had wonderful company. It was a wonderful weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. The place we stayed was super like accommodating, you know what I mean? It was like a little resort place. And like the first night we got there, they opened a little restaurant area for us. It was a little later in the evening. And it made her feel super special, you know what I mean? So um we got some quality us time, and I just feel like it definitely turned into an amazing week. While I was on my weekend getaway, I saw a lot of synchronicities everywhere I went. Um, the place I was staying at, the address was 777. It did have a little casino in there. I did venture to the little casino and I did win a little money. No millions, but some free stays, which was super cool. Which I'm sure is part of their like, come stay with us and spend your money here type of thing. But I didn't care. Definitely had a good time. But synchronicities everywhere. Number of synchronicities. I stayed in room 316. So if you know, you know, right? It was pretty cool. Um, the only thing I noticed that I guess was uncomfortable with, and you would think that it's the accountability, but it really wasn't, was my physical strength. My physical strength. So being in a public area with a 9-year-old child can definitely, it reminded me that I'm 45 years old, right? It reminded me that I need to pay more attention to what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. I need to get my butt off the couch and do the workouts every day. I'm ready to start being accountable. um, I just definitely was in these weird like situations where nothing was really happening, but you know how your brain does the, oh, well, what would I do if this happened? Or, oh, what would I do if that happened? Definitely experienced a lot of that this weekend. But luckily, the synchronicities, which I mentioned earlier, really kind of made me feel, I guess, safe. Like I knew that I was there for a reason and that I'm learning something while I'm there. I didn't like have like any imminent danger kind of feeling or anything like that. But I think it was just honestly being at 45 years old and on my own and with a 9-year-old child. Like it was definitely an experience that, I mean, I've been in a relationship my entire life. So literally, like my entire life. So it was definitely a first. So I bring all this up because it actually relates. um, our south node just moved into Virgo. So you know how the South Node was in Libra and then it went over into Aries? Or, I'm sorry, Libra and then into Virgo. Um, we said when it left Libra that we're closing out karmic relationships. You guys remember that? January 11th, we're like, hey, karmic relationships have ended. You've closed them out. You've walked away. You learned a lesson, right? And now we are going into Virgo where we're going to stop beating ourselves up, right? When the South Node leaves Virgo, we're done beating ourselves up. We're not going to be doing that anymore. But when the South Node leaves Virgo, we're also in a year and a half from now, we're also going to be more health conscious. We're going to be more body positive. We're going to be more confident in our abilities to take care of ourselves, to protect ourselves, to provide for ourselves, right? So these are the things we have that are coming that we have to look forward to in the next year and a half while these nodes are here. So that's how it relates. And I just wanted to show how I actually have already got to start to experience this energy. Let me know in the comments if you guys are starting to get more like physical health conscious. we've been working on our mental health, right? Like that's what we've been doing since our spiritual awakening. Like since spirit pulled us from the darkness, we've been focused on um our, mental health. And now we're getting a grasp on that situation. Accountability is huge when you can move into that I guess area. And then I think it just kind of makes normal like sense that we would start working on our physical health. Michelle says health is my focus for the year. Yes. So Michelle told me she saw a synchronicity of her own. She says it's been an interesting weekend. You were a part of my own synchronicity. I asked for a sign from spirit yesterday, and I asked for a flamingo. And I saw it today when I saw your graphic for tonight's live. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Michelle. I want you guys to pay attention to the synchronicities because life is hard, y'all. Like I can't come out here and be like everything's going to be great. The astrology is wonderful and ice cream's going to fall out of the sky because those things aren't true. But is the world coming to an end? Is this doomsday? Is this, you guys are going to see a shorts that I'm going to put out tomorrow where I actually went around and I collected comments that people are posting from other countries about what's happening in the US right now. Because I feel like people are just so, I mean, oblivious. They're just not aware of a lot of what's happening. So, and it's interesting to me that other parts of the world are aware of what's happening. So I gathered all these comments from all these different places and I made a shorts about it. There's actually protests that are happening. And for us, like for the US, people are protesting around the world. Google it. For the US and what's happening in the US right now, January 26th, 2025. I know that's news to some of you. You're like, what? What's happening? What are you talking about? Yeah, yeah. So life is not easy. It's never going to be easy. I can't come out here and be like, oh, everything's great. The government's wonderful. Everybody has our best interest at heart. Um, but that's why we're here and that's why we're awakening and that's why we're becoming stronger and wiser and braver, right? Synchronicities are going to be huge. When we had this awakening, we were so sick of that person that we were sick of seeing synchronicities. I remember praying for them to stop. Has anyone ever prayed for the synchronicities to stop, especially if you're on this specific type of journey? I prayed for them to stop. I'm so glad. Oh my God, so glad that spirit did not listen to me. But synchronicities, I have learned in my journey, is literally a sign from God. It's a sign from the universe. It's a sign from my higher self showing me that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and I'm going to learn something. I'm going to gain wisdom. I'm going to gain knowledge. I'm going to level up. Synchronicities are not a joke. And it doesn't matter if it's the name, if it's their car, if it's, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Be grateful for the synchronicities and understand that regardless of your belief system, whether it's God or it's you, doesn't matter. Just appreciate those synchronicities. We're actually going to use the soulmate love messages oracle cards. It's the only cards that I have that have flamingos on them. Um, so we're going to use those when we do the collective. All right, that's enough jibber jabber. Let's talk about the transits. Are you guys ready? Let's start February 1st. Guys, get your calendars. There are several hot dates. In fact, all the dates that you see on your screen there, you can go ahead and circle those as hot dates. For those of you that don't know what hot dates are when you're on this type of awakening, you will experience communication if you're stagnant or like in separation. You can also experience like union on hot dates. You can it's definitely like a leveling up. That's the words I'm hearing, leveling up. And that's kind of what happens. A majority of people, the collective energies, right, will feel that energy on these particular days. So let's start with February 1st. Guys, you see all the hearts. Let's talk about that real quick because Sister made a good point earlier. Like, not all of us are happy about the hearts. Some of us are scared of love at this point in our journey. And this is a big month. It's February, guys. There's going to be hearts everywhere. I tried not to be like overwhelmingly gross about it. That's why I used the flamingos to begin with. I made the comment when I was making the thumbnail. I was like, I don't want to put a bunch of hearts on here, and Spirit popped up the flamingos, and that's what we use. So, but we're gonna talk about love a lot this month. I mean, I can't get around it. Sisters like, well, you don't have to if you don't want to. Actually, we kind of do because the astrology says so, like literally. And you're about to see that in just a moment when I start breaking all these transits down. And here's what I'm going to say, guys. When I'm talking about love, I may not necessarily be talking about you and someone else. Like maybe we should be more, my ears just started ringing. Maybe we should be more focused right now on the love that we're giving ourselves, because we have finally learned that we really cannot love anyone else until we love ourselves first. I know it's cheesy. I know it's corny. We don't like it, but how's it go? It is what it is, right? So, when I get to talking about the transits, or when we get to like the free readings and such, please don't, puke hearts. If you're single, bear with us as we get through the month. For the most part, we are all collectively healing, and we're collectively trying to hold ourselves accountable so that we can manifest better lives and happier lives and healthier relationships, right? So in all reality, collectively, that's where we are. But let's get to it. Are you guys ready? February 1st, I'm going to start right out the gate, and the first week is a banger. Venus in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. It is nothing but romance, love, passion. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. It's Venus energy, and Venus right next to dreaming Neptune. Have mercy. The moon is also going to be entering Aries. Remember, guys, the moon is your feelings. Shield Nova, hello. So the moon is your feelings, right? It's your emotions. Aries, the moon and Aries. And I know you're thinking, well, I might get angry. My emotions might make me mad. Actually, not. Remember, yeah, Mars in Cancer. Mars rules Aries. So if you're wondering how I stretched it there, Mars is in Cancer. Mars is your anger energy, your frustration energy. And right now it's making you get in your feels. So, yeah. So, with Venus in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces and the moon in Aries, yeah, nothing but love, romance, passion, kissy face, right? All right. On the second, the moon is going to be in Aries, and it's going to be sextile Mercury and Aquarius. This is definitely going to be a take action on your plans type of day. And you could turn an idea that you've had for a long time, like an ongoing idea, into something real, physical that you can hold in your hand. Definitely circle the first and the second as a hot date. All right, I'm going to jump to the fourth. On the fourth, Venus enters Aries. Again, ready? More. Remember, I just got done talking about the moon in Aries and your feelings. Remember, Venus is all about the love, and it's, well, love and money. That's what makes Venus happy. And Venus entering Aries is going to be all about, again, more passion, more energy, and more excitement. All right, so here we are on the fourth. So the first, the second, the fourth. Love, love, passion, passion, have mercy, right? For those of you that are single, what's the word I'm looking for here? Transmute that sexual frustration, I guess I should say, into pure energy. Are you tired? I'm tired. Are you tired? Like, do you feel like you're getting enough sleep? Do you feel like, I don't know, about 3, 4 p.m., you're crashing out and you're like, man, I wish I was home, and I wish it was, time for me to go to bed. Like, I know I've been doing that a lot. Um, Channel your sexual frustration into pure energy. That energy will help you take action. And because Venus is in Aries, That energy will help you feel excited. Okay. Also on the 4th, we have Jupiter direct in Gemini. So this is going to be all amazing news because, guys, Jupiter has been in retrograde since October 9th, 2024. Have mercy. Jupiter is the planet of good luck and good fortune. Jupiter is also the husband planet. So just throwing that out there. You want to begin to open up with this energy. You could feel like new doors are opening up for you, and you want to be accepting of those energies. Here's the problem that we're going to experience in the month of February. Love is in the air, and we're all running scared. That's definitely going to be the issue. And spirit's like, no, I need you to work together. I need you to be open to working together. That's very interesting to me. Guys, it's almost time too. I'm probably going to do our February twin flame current energy. Um, I feel like definitely before the end of the month, probably Wednesday. In fact, I feel like Wednesday looks like a good day, the 29th. But I'm kind of excited to see what that month's energy is going to hold because Jupiter is going direct in the sign of the twins. So it's going direct in Gemini. Yeah, new doors opening, and you have to be like accepting or like ready to at least be open minded. I guess that's what I should say. At least be open minded about those doors that are opening. All right, let's keep moving. On the 7th, this is definitely a hot date. Venus is in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Do you guys remember all of 2024? Pluto was such a pain in our butt. It was like every time Pluto made a transit with anything, the moon, the sun, every freaking planet, it was like some extreme, painful ending, major death and rebirth, right? Like, oh my goodness, I'm getting a headache talking about it. This year, 2025, thank goodness, Pluto is actually going to be a helpful energy. And I feel like I've said this before. Like it's actually going to be an easier energy. This is going to be more of like the rebirth part, I guess you could say, right? In 2025. So that's definitely kind of nice. But Venus in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius is about emotional bonds, and these bonds may strengthen. More comfortable with intimacy for those of you that struggle with intimacy. I know I do. Passions can run high at this time. On the 8th, we're going to have the moon in Cancer, and it's going to be square Venus in Aries. So this is a little bit of a stubborn day here, and you may need to be like willing to budge on this day, the 8th. On February 9th, I swear I think I just said November. On February 9th, the sun is going to be in Aquarius. It's going to be conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. So this is going to be exciting energy. It's about building things. It's like taking new ideas and pouncing on them quickly. Also on the 9th, we do have Mars in Cancer, and it's going to be trine Saturn in Pisces. I feel like Mars, and remember, Mars doesn't like being in Cancer. Mars in Cancer, but it's fixing to go direct. So I feel like it may not potentially be as bad. Saturn is going to be like, did you learn the lessons? Did you learn how to deal with your frustrations? Did you get in touch with your feelings? Did you stop using your anger to cover your hurt? Right? That's going to be Mars in Cancer, trine Saturn and Pisces. Guys, I just want you to know that I forgot to write that note, and I'm getting so good at this, sister. I just did that. Did you see it? Awesome. All right. On the 10th, we have Mercury in Aquarius. It's going to be square Uranus in Taurus. This is wonky energy I wrote. It's going to make you feel like something's off on this energy. Mercury in Aquarius, square Uranus in Taurus. Here's what I'm going to say. Uranus is also fixing to go direct. And it's the shock and awe planet, right? Taurus is the money planet, right? So that energy is all very good. So if the energy feels like wonky or off, like don't overthink something. And again, ready? Be open to new opportunities. On the 12th, Go ahead and circle this as a hot date. We have Leo full moon is here. Guys, when I wrote down Leo full moon, I immediately remembered the Leo new moon because my grandson was born on the Leo new moon. So you want to think back, like what were you manifesting or creating around that time? Because you definitely could start to see it come to fruition around the 12th when the Leo full moon comes in. This is energy where you want to connect to your heart space, right? That's Leo energy. You want to spend more time with those that you love. Creativity could spark and surge at this time, right? On the 14th. So on the 14th is Valentine's Day. That is the day that most of us, either we love or dread. It's one or the other type of thing. Guys, I'm going to say don't do either. Just pay attention to what sisters say. It's just like another day, right? And I feel like at this point, February 14th, through the astrology, it's going to actually start to get a little lighter now, especially for those of you that are turning all about love inward, right? But Mercury's going to enter Pisces, and this is going to be like big imagination energy, and you want to take advantage of that and focus on whatever creative projects you have or whatever creative projects you've put on the back burner because maybe you felt like, I don't know, you couldn't come up with a new idea. That's going to be the day for that. And then on the 18th of February, the sun is going to enter Pisces. So happy birthday to all the Pisces out there. I'm going to tell you with this energy, the sun in Pisces, guys, again, this is 2025. The world is awakening. Pick up a spiritual book, like for real. Pick up a spiritual book. Go learn a new spiritual practice that you can implement in your life every day. These are all things we're all fixing to need, right? Renee, hello. On the 19th, we have Mercury in Pisces square Jupiter in Gemini. So this is give your mind a break day. I know I'm going to have to circle it in my calendar because I feel like I always forget to do such things. But it's definitely going to be the day where you're going to want to do something easy, something light. Give your mind a break day on February 19th. On February 23rd, we have Mercury in Pisces trying Mars in Cancer. So this is where old ideas may need new attention. And I feel like this energy, again, um, I don't know, it may be kind of frustrated because Mars is still in Cancer. Again, it's working its way out because look at this. At the end of the day, towards the end of the day, Mars is actually going to go direct in Cancer also on the 23rd. Again, I got this, I even wrote in my notes, I don't know. Because Mars still isn't happy in Cancer. You know what I mean? So it's still not, like it still wants to get out of there. It still wants fast movement. It still wants like move forward, take action. It's Mars energy. But I will say that you could experience less frustration and anger. How many of you guys feel like you've gotten some big lessons? That's what I was going to say earlier about my accountability. My accountability that I learned from my 9-year-old earlier this weekend was about my anger and my frustration and how I behave in those angry moments. And I'm telling you, it was eye opening. But how many of you feel like you've been dealing with like frustrated? You're quick, like it's easier to get angry. I feel like that was more the Mars retrograde in Leo. But it was like the moment that Mars moved into Cancer, the frustration peaked at its highest within Cancer because you can't you can't let the frustration out in an angry way because Mars is in Cancer retrograde, teaching you how to deal with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with it going direct in Cancer, less frustration, less anger, but it's like it's still not happy there. It still wants to get out of its feelings. It still wants to get in a more action like oriented sign, right? All right, on the 24th, we have Mercury in Pisces. It's going to be conjunct Saturn in Pisces. You may find incredible mental energy on this day. You could see a lot of progressive progress on your goals. On the 27th, we have a Pisces new moon. So you're going to put your imagination to good use at this time. And you're going to listen to your intuition more. Everyone is going to start listening to their intuition more. Y'all, I don't think we're supposed to be gambling. Luckily, I feel like Spirit lets me do certain things to experience certain things. But like, I totally got to test out my intuition. I did. I got to sit there in front of a little machine and be like, I think this is where it's going to land. I think this is what's going to happen. And you know what? Every single time that I trusted myself, a little win, you know what I mean? And it was like every time that I didn't, or second guess, or you know what I'm saying, all a little loss. But I just want to say, like, I was definitely paying attention. I feel like we're going to experience this energy in February, where it's like the whole month of February, really, because this is Pisces energy, and it's 2025, and it's like Pluto and Aquarius. Everybody's awakening. We're all going to start focusing on that intuition, and I think we're going to stop like doubting the messages that we receive, right? All right, I'm going to wrap it up with the 28th. There is the moon. The moon is actually going to be in Pisces, conjunct Mercury in Pisces. You may find it easier to express your emotions on this day. It's going to be like voice support. For those of you on this specific type of journey, make sure to circle the 27th, Pisces new moon, and the 28th as a hot date. All right, guys, that is what I have for the transits. All right, we should have camera on there. See, my little face went away. I think that spirit is saying I gotta turn the camera on, but we're not gonna. That's wrong. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Don't do that. I'm still learning the buttons, y'all. I'm still learning the buttons. All right, guys, let's go ahead and top that list off at 11. Let me know if we reach 11, okay? Okay. I see, is it Sean L on YouTube? Yeah. And Sherry, maybe they're just now starting. Just now. Okay. Something after I asked. All right, guys, I'm going to do collective. Sister's helping with the list because she loves me. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's totally going to be fine. I'm not even going to copy it. I'm going to release control. And I'm going to read for the collective. Guys, Michelle is helping us also over on Facebook. I see Sandra and Diana. So all moderators. Natalie Brown, hello, welcome. All right, guys, let's get started. Collective reading. I'm going to look at divine masculine, divine feminine, your bridging energy. I will say that Spirit pointed out the feminine energy very strongly to me this weekend, pointed out how I could be and stay in my feminine energy even when I was on my own, which I found very interesting. And I think, too, of the importance of that. I feel like one day, probably soon, especially with everything that's happening in politics, we're probably going to start talking more about the masculine and feminine energies. I think we're going to start digging in a little bit deeper because I got some pretty big lessons this weekend on those energies. Please remember, as everyone has inner masculine and feminine, you're having an awakening. Your goal is to balance those energies, right? I mean, everybody's goal is to balance those energies, but if you're having an awakening, you're aware of it, and that's your focus. If you're not having an awakening, you're just living life, and life's just happening to you. And the more unbalanced it is, the harder life is. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm definitely starting to understand and see it in my own life. Now, a lot of us, of course, use these messages in different ways. I think that's something else that we're going to have to talk more about. We're really going to have to get into the definition of things, because I think we want to put labels on people because it sounds prettier, or it's better, or it's what we want type of thing. And I think we need to really focus on how something feels and not necessarily the label that we put on it. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to start the Heal Yourself reading cards, and I'm looking at masculine energy first. So we have procrastination coming out. It's number 8. I do see the clock in the back. It has something to do with divine timing. It could have something to do with their own spiritual abilities. I do see the black cat sticking out to me. She's holding this lamp, like needing to be able to see something in the dark. And the number 8, the infinity sign, is sticking out to me. On the bottom is pride. So we have 8 and 7. So there could be something in procrastination when it comes to pride with the masculine. It could have something to do with taking that mask off, showing people who they really are. That could be what they are procrastinating for sure. All right, now let's look at the feminine energy. We have the letting go. I know that's fact. So letting go is number 26, again with the pride card. How interesting is that? If it comes out for the bridging energy, well, let's just see what comes out. But the letting go, number 26, the number could be significant. It is for me. Letting go is definitely, you thought something was going to be a certain way, and it's not that way. I feel like that's the weekend I had. Like I thought, when I got married, when I was younger, like I thought I was gonna be married to that person for the rest of my life, right? Like I thought that was it. This is, I was with him for so long that I was like, I'm gonna die with this person. And then when you realize, you're getting divorced and you're not gonna die with that person, I don't know. It was like jarring. It shook me. It definitely, my foundation crumbled, right? I think for me, that's really what has been the hardest thing to let go, is the idea that I thought something was supposed to be a certain way. And it's like I keep looking for that same idea over and over and over and over. And people were like, Rosa, why are you getting in another relationship? Rosa, why are you, you raising more kids? Rosa, like, because this is what I know. This is what I know. This is what I do. I haven't learned to love myself and be able to properly love someone else back. I know this because I've been accepting of behavior in relationships that if I truly love myself, I wouldn't have been. Does that make sense? So I don't think it's letting go of the person. I don't think it's any of that. I think it's more of letting go of this idea that I thought I had with that person. And I'm not saying that that person or any person, like, if people heal, you will draw to you what is like meeting you at your level. I think that's been a big thing to be accountable for me this weekend too, because I keep wanting to be so upset with the people that I dated and be like, oh my gosh, they suck so bad, or they didn't do this for me, or they didn't do that. But I was okay with that. I accepted it. Went into the relationship. What I'm saying, didn't have any boundaries. I didn't say, hey, you got to meet this in order for me to stay. I mean, until later, but what I'm saying? At first, I didn't. And I definitely feel like that's how it should be. And had I learned to love myself first before I tried to go do all that, well, then, all that wouldn't have went down. So I think right now, Divine Feminine, you're maybe not necessarily learning to let go of a person, which we should be, because it's never about the person and it's always about the purpose. But I think it's more about letting go of this idea that you thought it had to be this way, right? Like it doesn't have to be that way. It could be something totally different, and it could be way better than what you thought it was going to be. And I think the letting go is definitely what's keeping. Did you see the card move? Like the wind is moving the card. But I think the letting go is what's keeping Divine Feminine in this like slower energy. I mean, definitely some Mars and Cancer, I understand, but it's definitely like keeping us. The Divine Masculine is procrastinating from taking action, from facing something that is challenging for them. But it's like for Divine Feminine, you've known whatever this is for a long time. And it's like you just need to let it go. Let it rest in the past. And it's going to help you open those doors and see the new things that are coming in. All right, bridging energy, the wild card in reverse. and the patience card and self-love. And look at that. That's how I know we're done, because there's that pride card again. Guys, 2025. If you're a prideful person like I was, God bless your little hearts. Like it's January. I'm getting my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's January, and it's like, man, one lesson after another. So if you're prideful, work on that first, right? Like if you think you do no wrong and it's everyone else, work on that first, because the year of accountability, pride is only going to slow you down and get in your way, if that makes sense. But the wild card in reverse. So it's interesting that the wild card is in reverse, guys. Normally the cards are not in reverse. I just want to point that out. I don't really like read reversals. I just read energy. The wild card, if you, it's the heal yourself reading cards. If you look it up in the book, the wild card says that you actually have this energy that spirit has gifted you in order to help you like push forward in something. And we're always trying to push that energy down. It talks about how we're always trying to suppress it and be like, oh no, that's too crazy, or I'm too much, or that's whatever. And the card actually says you're not supposed to do that, that you're supposed to take that energy and, you know, move forward in whatever direction. But again, you've seen there was no other cards in reverse. It came out in reverse, and it came out with the patience and self-love. The bridging energy is literally wrapping up everything I just said. Wait to make any moves. Wait to get into any relationships, especially if you're having this type of spiritual awakening. I'm not saying you can't ever. I know I make the joke about the cabin in the woods and the cats and whatnot, but there's going to be purpose to that. And that's the purpose, is to that patience, to learn self-love, to learn how to take care of you and make you happy before you go try to be pushing or wild, right? Spirit loves me. I love when they come out that clear. Like you can't deny it. All right. I actually wanted to use the Midnight Magic cards, but Spirit says we're going to use the Gilded Tarot today. So I imagine there's going to be a card. You know how they're always a little bit different. There's going to be something, some reason we had to use this particular set. So I'm going to start to clarify. Let's start with that masculine energy first. Card flips. We have Ace of Cups coming out. Overflow of emotion, intuitive heads. Look at the masculine having to learn to trust their intuition. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Feminine energy, we have Four of Cups coming out. More water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Four of Cups says this is why we had to get the Gilded Tarot, guys. Oh, I love it. Okay. So Four of Cups is the card that normally they're sitting there and their arms are crossed and they're like, they got that rest in B face, you know what I mean? And the meaning of the card is that you have all the ingredients. You always see like a cup coming like mysteriously out of the sky, right? And it's supposed to be like spirits giving you the last ingredient, saying, here, you now have everything you need to manifest what you want. Divine Feminine, you now have everything you need to manifest what you want. And unlike Rider-Waite or any of these other tarot cards, Spirit said pick the Gilded Tarot, because in the Gilded Tarot, his arms aren't crossed and he's not ignoring the cup. He's actually looking at the cup. He's ready to accept the cup. And he has an open book, like he's taking notes. Divine Feminine, look at us go. All right, let's look at that bridging energy. So there's something you want to do because of that wild energy. It's probably like the passion and all the fire and the Aries energy that we're feeling, right? Or moon and Aries energy. Right around the corner, guys, right around the corner. Some of you guys are already feeling this energy. If you wonder why we do things so early, like a week early, or why I'm always trying to stay ahead, it's because I feel these energies early. And if you're following me, like if my messages pull at your heartstrings and you're like, man, I've experienced this, I know what she's talking about, her words do not sound like Japanese to me, then it's like you also experience them early. And there's going to be a reason. The reason is going to be because there's going to be people that you need to be telling what it is that you're experiencing too, right? Does that make sense? All right. Spirit didn't awaken us so that, like, Spirit didn't awaken Rosa, to, like, so that I could go have a happy go life. Like, it wasn't like Spirit didn't go, I'm going to stop everything right now, touch this one on the shoulder. And I'm not saying I don't believe that I'm not special and that God loves me. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying there's a greater purpose than just me or you. I hope that makes sense. All right. Be patient. Learn self-love. Look at that. 9 of Wands. Don't give up. There's some stubborn energy with that 9 of Wands. Definitely picking up some stubbornness. Strength is on the bottom. Okay, it could be stubbornness. For me, it's stubbornness because I'm the Aries. So I have all that Aries fire wand energy, and I'm like, I'm going to keep going until I get it right. 9 of Wands is also the card like says you're tired. You're tired. You're tired. You're exhausted. The strength is on the bottom. It's inner strength. You're going to have to dig deep. If this awakening, if this journey, if this type of awakening that we're on was easy, we'd all be experiencing the same type of awakening. Other people wouldn't pop into PLR and go, bridging energy, divine masculine. What? What are they talking about? Telepathy. What? You see what I'm trying to say? It's not everyone. I want to be like, there's some people that believe it is everyone. There's some people that are like, yep, every single person is going to experience it. I don't know. Maybe it's possible that every person has the opportunity to, but they shut it down. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's even it, because I feel like I was dragged through this kicking and screaming. So I really don't. I don't think that I don't know. I feel like we all have different types of awakenings, and that's why we have collective energies, and we're all collectively struggling to be patient with something that has to do with love in general. All right. I'm not going to do, okay, apparently we are. We're going to do a quick head, heart, higher self. Oh no, I can do it this way. But we're going to use those message cards that I was talking about earlier. So these are the soulmate love message cards, these little flamingos. So guys, synchronicities mean that something is there to show you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So Michelle saw or asked for the flamingo, right? Asked for the flamingo, and then I put the flamingo on the thumbnail. So yeah, synchronicities, we love them. We want to encourage them. We're not mad at synchronicities. We don't hate them. And we just want to see them as messages from, again, God, source, universe, your higher self, whatever label you need to put there that makes you comfortable. This is your journey. It's your awakening. I myself like to use God and spirit. All right. So I'm going to start in the headspace. What is divine masculine thinking about in the headspace? When you touch me, I feel butterflies in my stomach. Ooh, let's talk about those butterflies. I'm getting in trouble. Why not? Okay, so I heard this thing. Let's say it that way. I heard this thing. I heard that if you feel butterflies, you know how you meet someone new and you start dating and all of a sudden you get like little butterflies in the stomach and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love, yada, yada. Okay, so how many of you have heard that that is actually not love or excitement? That's actually your body's like nervous system saying, hey, you need to pay attention to this person. Have you guys heard that before? So that could be something that divine masculine is experiencing for sure. And it's pretty interesting because overflow of emotion. But I mean, it could also be like, look at the two flamingos in the heart. I mean, it could also be this energy of they're excited. They're excited about something. And I mean, it definitely could be love. The Ace of Cups was there. It's overflow of emotion. It could be like new romantic love. All right, let's look at the Four of Cups for divine feminine. Letting go of what you thought should be. creating what it is that you want. Four of Cups, you're manifesting, you have all the ingredients. My greatest wish is to make you smile and feel safe around me. How interesting, that safe around me. Because that was something that, like, I myself, like, that was something, I'm not saying I didn't feel safe where I was at, but it was just like I was in, situations that I'm not normally in. So it's like I'm not normally in an elevator with a 9-year-old by myself and strange men, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was just this weird energy of realizing, like, maybe, I guess, the state of my health or the state of my strength or personal strength, you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm not saying, like, if something happened I wouldn't have ate somebody's face, of course I would, but you know what I'm saying, I'm suddenly very focused on my health, which of course makes sense, with the South Node in Virgo. All right, so bridging energy, we're going to be patient, we're going to love ourselves, we're not going to jump into relationships just because it's Valentine's Day and we're seeing freaking hearts everywhere, right? If you feel like you've been patient and you feel like, I don't know, that you don't struggle with self-love, I'm going to say keep going. There's still something else. 9 of Wands is not the 10 of Wands. It's not completed. There's still more. Your voice has a therapeutic effect on me. I could listen to you for hours. Comes out for heart space for divine masculine. That definitely could be a message. That could be a message from divine masculine to divine feminine. Let's see. Let's pull 3 from. So this is divine feminine headspace. Body is a piece of art and your soul is a piece of heaven. How interesting. I feel like I was super body conscious this weekend, or self-conscious this weekend. I could suddenly, and it wasn't like before, it was like gray hair, and wrinkles and that type of thing. And it's like, um, it wasn't that this weekend. It was more like, how long can I walk? How fast can I go? Could I run if I needed to? um, it was more like that, right? It was like, how much strength, physical strength do I have? Like, could I hold somebody back if I needed to? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it was more that type of energy. So that's pretty interesting that your body is a piece of art and your soul is a piece of heaven, comes out in the headspace for divine feminine. All right, let's see if we're talking back and forth. Remember, guys, telepathy is through the heart space. I know that other people will tell you that it's through the third eye. I get it. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you guys. I don't have proof. I don't have, like, God didn't send me down here with a thing that says, I'm telling Rosa. So whatever she said, you see what I'm saying? I don't have that. So I can't. This was spirit tells me it's through the heart space. So that's how I do it. That's how it works for me. So but yeah, you'll hear a lot of people tell you that it's the third eye. Your third eye, the way spirit explains it to me, is that's how you receive downloads. Like, that's where the information comes in at, right? Your brow chakra, between your eyeballs there. But the heart space, the heart chakra, that's where you're experiencing telepathy. It's an actual, and with a twin, here's the thing about twins too. It's a constant. It's a constant. That's why it's so different. We experience telepathy with everybody. You can experience telepathy with your mailman if you really get to know him. I'm just saying. But it's like with twins, this is a constant communication. That's why we feel like we're going, lulu la. That's why we don't like to tell people that we're having these conversations. That's why we keep this stuff to ourselves. That's why we find like-minded groups, so that we don't feel like we're lulu la, right? So it's telepathy in the heart space. It's a constant communication with the soul. It's nonstop. It doesn't quit. Could that maybe explain some of the obsessive thinking? I mean, maybe. I don't really know. I don't want to go that far. I feel like I heard it a little bit of that just now, but I'm not 100% sure. But definitely, like, where the communication is. It's through the heart space. It's a constant. It's a constant flow of messages in the heart space. You hear it non-stop. So if you're like, I don't hear that, Rosa, I don't get messages from I don't hear anything. I'm just out here in this blackness, dark. I don't hear it. Well, then maybe you're not on this type of journey, right? It's interesting to me that people are constantly trying to, like, want to be I want to be, right? Like I want to be on this type of awakening. I want to be the twin flame, whatever. And it's like, no, I don't understand that. There's different types of awakening. I could think of, a bunch that would be much, I don't know, different experiences than this stuff that I'm having to deal with now. So it's like, I don't know. I'm so grateful I met you. Are you sure you're real? That's spirit like kicking me because I'm complaining about the journey, right? Spirit doesn't kick me. I shouldn't say that. All right, your voice has a therapeutic effect on me. I could listen to you for hours. It's going to come from masculine to feminine. And I'm so grateful I met you. Are you sure you're real? It's going to go from feminine to masculine. All right, let's pull higher self. And this is going to be divine feminine. This is your higher self lesson at this time. So your energy is letting go. You're having to learn to let something go that you thought once was. You're having to manifest something that you actually want instead of things you don't want, right? I can feel the love you are sending me, and it's electrifying. This is from the higher self. See that? Do you guys see that? I love that. So many things remind me of you. It's crazy is on the bottom. All right, let's pull a guidance card now from Sacred Traveler. Remember, guys, Sacred Traveler is by Denise Lynn. And she says when she created these cards, she created them with the intent that this is your higher self. We're asking your higher self. Sacred Traveler. Fogged in. Look at this. Big confirmation because Spirit loves me all the time. Go slow and take your time. Remember the patience card? Remember I said, go slow. Take your time. Learn how to love you so that we don't have to keep repeating those crappy cycles, right? Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth and begin now. Take your first step. It's interesting to me that it says first step. I don't think we're as far along as we think we are sometimes. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty is on the bottom. All right, guys, that's going to be your collective. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. I'll show you guys what we're doing tonight. And then let me get to the... I know the ladies have been making the list over there, so I didn't have to worry about it, and I didn't have to stress about it. Just gonna clean up, and we'll get started with the first one. And guys, I am offering the Soulmate Love message cards tonight. I believe there is also the 2025 preview. It is still early on in the year, so if anyone's interested in that, please let us know in the comments. And I think the other one was how they feel about you. That's the new one as well. Guys, anytime you do energy exchange, please let us know right away. Renee, because you get to jump the line. Renee is so kind and gracious that she will come in and she makes purchases and then doesn't tell us. And then, I have to do them for her later, and then she has to wait, and it's like, oh my goodness. So let us know right away if you make a purchase. That's the whole point. Guys, I want you to get these readings done live. So that other people that are, I love you, Renee, that are here and having this experience and are listening to me can be like, oh, it's not just me and Rosa. It's me and Renee and Rosa. Oh, it's not just me, Renee and Rosa. It's me, Renee, Sandra, and Rosa. You see what I mean? I think that's really important. And that is going to help people see what's happening, guys, is the world is awakening, right? And we think that we just happen to be awakening at this time for whatever particular reason, because we like to be, think that it's all about us. It's actually not about us. Like Spirit awakened us at this time so that we can help other people, right? And other people are going to be coming and listening to these, lives and listening to these readings. And what is tarot? I got to figure out life because the world is scary out here. And we need to be open. We need to be open to receive and open to share our information. No gatekeeping here, right? That crap's not allowed. And in order to do that, we have to be authentic and accountable, and we have to say it out loud. We can't just message Rosa and be like, hey, I want to tell you this thing that happened. And I love that you guys message me. I do. I keep messaging me. I'm not telling you not to message me and share your information with me, but I want you to share your information in the lives. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these lives. Like, that's my purpose. And it would help me follow my purpose if you guys talked about what you're experiencing in the chat. Even if you're not on the twin journey, not everyone in here is on the twin flame journey. Some people are just in here to support me because they love me and they're kind. Some people are just in here because apparently they like the sound of my voice. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? So not everyone's going to be on this journey, but here's what I know. Everyone is freaking awakening. Like, if you're not awakening right now, you're hiding under a rock somewhere. Like, the whole world is awakening, and there's great purpose to us having the information that we have and sharing that information with others, regardless of what it's about. I don't care if it's about love. I don't care if it's if you learned how to brush your teeth different. I don't care if you learned how to read your astrology chart. I don't care what it is. Share that information, because that's how we're going to help each other. And that's how we're going to help each other faster. Again, you guys are going to see some shorts that are going to come out tomorrow morning, and some of it can be considered controversial, but I have to stop hiding. I have to stop hiding behind the love and light, right? That's what everybody says. You guys don't really understand what love and light means, and that's why you make those jokes, but whatever. um, but I have to really like face what's happening, and we have to be able to talk about it. And that's the only way that we're going to actually be able to help people that are experiencing life and having an awakening. And I hope I said that about as easily as I could. All right, so let me get screen back on. Let's see. Sister has a reading list I see here. And we're going to start out with Sean on YouTube. What's a love reading? I'm calling it Love is in the Air, guys. We're going to look at who it is and why you're scared. Haha. We're going to look at when something will happen or how it will happen. And then I'm going to look at what you need to know from your higher self. Sherry is also going to do love. Michelle, love. Renee, love. I love you guys. I thought you guys were going to be scared. I was so nervous about it. And I was like, man, I mean, I don't want to talk about this crap either. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like we have to. Yeah, it's going to help us. It's going to help us like be stronger and wiser and smarter and braver and all of the things. All right, so I see Sean comment. I'm gonna go ahead and click it. She said, "I'd love to know the twin flame journey." So tell me what you mean by that. Have you never heard about like that label? If you haven't, I'm surprised and grateful. I mean, so grateful. I'm over the labels, guys. I'm so done with the labels. Sadly, we've put wrong wrong definitions on labels, and it's like, I'll argue with spirit. Nope, this is what it is. And, I promise you, I'm not the one that's right in that situation. um, but it's only because I learned that that's what the label was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just done with the labels. Oh, Sherry, I love you guys too. Y'all don't know. I was having this awakening, and I was definitely questioning life in general. People make fun of the Field of Dreams. What was it called? What's the movie where he's like, "Build it, they will come"? People joke about that Kevin Costner movie. Kevin Costner is amazing, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. But that movie, like, that's a fact. That's exactly what happened. Like, I was sitting in my bottle of vodka, and Spirit said, "Build it, and they will come," and you did. All right, so I'm starting out. Sean L. Let's look at who is it. I am going to stick with the tarot tonight. Guys, there's nothing wrong with Oracle. But here's what I'm going to say. There's more structure and discipline to tarot. And I think that's a little bit of a lesson that I've been getting, because I wanted all these oracle cards and I went and got all these cards, and then they didn't fit in the box that Spirit said all my cards are supposed to fit in. And then he was like, you have to have giveaways and give away what you don't need. You have excess. We don't need excess in anything unless we're giving it to other people to use, right? So definitely having a little lesson with the oracle cards. Again, not knocking the oracle cards. Oracle cards are great, but what's happening with the astrology and just kind of the level that we're at with this awakening is this is going to be accountability, is structure, it's discipline, and you're going to need tarot for structure and discipline. All right. So Sean, I'll get to it. She's like, just come on, let me know. All right, who is it? Six of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and someone that is either being guided to you or you're being guided to them. How interesting, right? Why you're scared could be that something's taking too long. You don't understand. There's something, I heard the word navigate, so that could mean something to you. When will it happen, or how will it happen? We have the Knight of Wands coming out. So Knight of Wands is passionate energy. Anything with wands is fire energy, and it's passionate energy. A knight, remember, is someone who's really courageous and wants to deliver a message about something. So Sean, it's very possible that when something happens, it's like someone brings their message about love and passion and excitement to you. And I think that's how it's going to happen. When it's going to happen, Knight of Wands is fast moving energy. If this was Knight of Pentacles, I'd been like, oh, that's slow moving energy. So it might be a while. Knight of Wands can sometimes even be a little reckless. So you want to be cautious there. And then what you need to know, or a message from your higher self. We do have the Five of Cups coming out. And again, there's no bad cards in tarot, guys. Everything is energy. Spirit is just delivering messages to us through energy. Five of Cups does talk about like loss and despair, but the point of the Five of Cups, and I here again, Spirit had me pick the Gilded Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. You're always going to see that the person is focused on the three cups that have fell down, and whatever was in the cups has spilt out, and it's considered a loss, most definitely, yes. But you will also see in Five of Cups that there's always two cups that are standing upright, and those two cups are actually the focus of the card. So was there loss and despair? And that's another thing. This Five of Cups means, that's why I don't like touching it, like for real. The pain already happened. The loss and despair. A lot of times you guys will get a Five of Cups in tarot and you're like, oh no, I'm going to lose something. Something bad's going to happen to me. No. You already lost it. And the point of the cup is the card is the Two of Cups that is still standing. When you see Five of Cups, it means change is here. It has happened. You now have to learn how to move forward. And the only way you're going to move forward is by turning around and not focusing on what you lost, but focusing on what you gained out of the situation. You have to be able to alchemize, and you can alchemize anything. Absolutely freaking anything. There is something positive in absolutely anything. So when you've lost something, you're going to have to look and see, what did I gain from this loss? Did I gain wisdom? Did I gain knowledge? Am I smarter now? I'm not going to do that again, right? That's the energy, Five of Cups. So what you need to know from your higher self is stop focusing on something you've lost. Pay more attention to what you gained out of the situation. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Thank you. All right, next on the list, let me know who it is. Say hi to me in the comments, because I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, sister's letting us know it's Sherry. Sherry's next. Thank you, sister. I just told her to say hi. I see. Guys, if the reading rings true, make sure to let me know in the comments, right? It might help someone else not be so scared to get their own, right? We get a lot of silent watchers. And the thing about the silent watchers is some of them are just from my hate club, and I totally get it. Engagement's engagement. I love all my haters. But some of them are actually people that are, struggling to say, yes, this is happening to me because, nobody wants to be Lulu Lala. All right. So, Sherry, love is in the air. All right. Big card coming out for Sherry. So the Hanged Man comes out right away. Major Arcana. That's huge. Who's it going to be? It's a Pisces. Why are you scared? Interesting. I feel like, so the Hanged Man, you always see the coins falling out from his pockets when he's hanging upside down, and it is talking about loss, and we don't like that. But it's not like Five of Cups loss. So I don't want to go like, right? But it's like a sacrifice of some sort. So who is it? Most likely going to be a Pisces in one of those prominent placements like Sun, Moon, Rising. And why you're scared is because you may feel like you're going to have to sacrifice something. You're going to have to give something up. I see the chains. And let's say, Sherry, you've been single for a while, so you're going to have to like give up some type of freedom if you were to be in some type of relationship with a Pisces. I want to point out for Sherry, though, that one, Pisces is the 12th house. It's the house of spirit. Okay. And Ace of Wands is also like fate and destiny. So again, just kind of want to point that out. When will it happen? Ace of Wands is like, again, so I believe swords are years, and I believe cups are months, and I believe wands are days, I believe. So again, just short period. Guys, it's going to be the month of February. Like, you're just going to see that in this position, every reading we do, it's going to be the month of February. It's totally focused on love. That's it. But Ace of Wands is like fate, destiny. So, Sherry, it's like, this is fate. You're destined to have this situation happen. And then what you need to know from your higher self. You have Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords is a challenging card because Seven of Swords can say you are not believing something, you're distrusting of something. But let's talk about the Seven of Swords. I feel like a lot of times, Mallory, hello. I feel like a lot of times the Seven of Swords gets the bad rap. It's kind of like the other cards, but it's like Seven of Swords does not always have to mean a liar. It does not always have to mean deceit. It does not always have to be trickery or trickster energy. It could be protective energy, because the story of the Seven of Swords is that this guy, so there's these two camps, right? And the two camps are fighting with each other. And this guy, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till they go to sleep, and I'm gonna go over there. I don't want to fight with them no more. So I'm just gonna go over there, and I'm just gonna take their swords. I don't want to steal their swords. I don't want to have to take their swords. But if I don't go take their swords, they're gonna freaking stab me in the morning when they wake up and come over and kill me with their swords, right? So it's not about like being I don't know, like tricky or deceitful. It's more about doing something that needs to be done in order to protect yourself. And that is what you need to know from your higher self. All right, I'm going to leave that there, and I hope that was helpful. Sherry. All right, Lisa Lynn on Facebook. Michelle, thank you. All right, everybody's still doing love in the air, right? I love how they're coming out so easy. All right, Three of Wands comes out. Page of Swords comes out. Ooh, look at that. And we have to take them together. Have mercy. This is like ding, 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 winner, winner, winner. um, Ten of Cups and Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune coming out. Guys, Jupiter is going direct. Thank goodness, right? What was it, October 9th? It's been a rough couple of months. Okay, let's do. So who is it and why are you scared? Michelle. The Three of Wands is going to be taking action towards your future. So you could be scared because you're afraid to take action. The who is it is someone that's actually a lot closer than you think, and they could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. All right, when will it happen? We have Page of Swords. Remember, swords could be years. Page is small energy. It's not night energy. I don't know. I'm guessing here because I don't really struggling with time. I feel like everything it's going to be now because Page of Swords is someone who's watching, right? It's like, and I make fun of it because again, Gilded Tarot, this is the creepy stalker guy. Guys, I gotta stop saying that. Okay, so the Page of Swords, one is someone who wants to know more, so that's why they're watching. Okay, I'm like, why is there silent watchers? Why are people not talking in the comments? Because you're mean, Rosa. That's why. Okay, so Page of Swords. I mean, that's kind of what people say. It's the creepy stalker guy, because it says that they're watching and they're not saying anything, right? Like that's what kind of gives it like the creepy type of vibe, right? But when will it happen? I feel like it's this month. Short. I wouldn't say longer than a week. And how will it happen? They're going to speak up. They're going to say something because the whole energy is like, I'm watching, but I'm scared to say something. And then look what happens. What you need to know from your higher self, 10 of Cups, happy home, happy family. This could all have something to do with a home situation. And Wheel of Fortune, good luck, good fortune. Something, Michelle, there's going to be something around beginning of October that maybe you've been hitting like one closed door after another, and it's like resistance, resistance, resistance. And you're like, when is this going to start to flow? Now. Something's going to happen and it's going to start to flow now. All right. I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Sherry says you're not mean. Diana's doing Talking to Heaven.
I'm asking her.
She's
I just said yes. Yeah.
Is Renee next?
I just sent her a message on Facebook to say hi.
Thank you. You're awesome. It's kind of nice not having to freak out, grab pen. And I mean, Michelle and Diana and Sam, everybody's been doing it for me for a minute. It's just, y'all know, it's hard. It's hard to like release the control. It's hard to like count on someone else. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I'm learning the things, y'all. I'm learning the things. Michelle says this fits with October. Finally. I love that. I love that. And guys, it makes sense because think about it. You have the retrograde. You have what else is happening that I was like, go back. Oh, the Leo moon energy. There's gonna be a lot of stuff, that's like 2024, the end of 2024 started, and it's like this is when it's coming full circle. It's like that was the death, this is the rebirth. There she is. She wants the love reading.
Yeah.
All right.
Not getting love is Diana.
Diana doing Talking to Heaven.
Yeah. And we only have one more spot open and then let's
Sweet. I will say I did get a very restful weekend. But I think because I was having all these lessons and all these different moments, I'm probably gonna sleep good. And I'm telling you, 9-year-olds, like it's interesting to me to see the difference. Like when my children were young and I was chasing after my children, no problem, you know what I mean? And to be, 45 years old, the 9-year-olds will keep you on your toes for sure. For sure. All right, Renee, here we go. Who is it? Why are you scared? When will it happen? How will it happen? And what you need to know. That was in reverse, wasn't it? All right, so the Fool comes out. The Fool Aries energy. It could be an Aries. It could be someone who's just very fiery and passionate, because we have so much Aries energy at the beginning of February. So keep that in mind as well. But why you're so scared is because you're not ready to take the leap of faith. That's going to be everyone. If you resonate with Divine Feminine, you went through an awakening. You went through a dark night of the soul. Somebody shattered your foundation. You've had to rebuild that foundation. Of course, you're freaking scared. I mean, come on. I feel like we got to stop beating ourselves up, right? But definitely some fear to like take some type of leap of faith. All right, so when will it happen? Six of Swords was in reverse. So here's what I'm going to say. Renee, this could happen right now. This could happen right now. The reason that Six of Swords is in reverse is because you're not following the guidance. You're resisting some guidance. It's supposed to mean that the card is like, I'm taking you to calm, and I'm not taking, Spirit's taking you to calmer waters. And it's like you're leaving. You always see the choppy waters in the back and the calmer waters ahead, right? It's Six of Swords. Everybody knows that. So it's like you're causing choppy water. You're resisting something. And most likely it's going to be like me. You're trying to force something and it's not time. You're not ready. There's still some lesson and something that Spirit's trying to show you that you need to do. And Renee, I want to be like, it's self-love, because we're all about love. Guess what, y'all? Venus is money too. Okay, Venus is not just love. If you want to make Venus happy, money and love. Okay, that's just the facts of the situation. Queen of Pentacles comes out. So what you need to know from your higher self, like right now, there needs to be some focus on your resources. There needs to be some focus on your money. There needs to be some focus on how you make money. The whole point of the Queen of Pentacles is learning to become your own resource. You're not counting on anyone else. I talked about that at the beginning. I don't think you were here when we first started, Renee. But it was like I talked about how one of the things that I realized while I was out in the world this weekend was, one, I've never been single. I've been in a relationship my entire life. And I think the reason that is because I didn't feel safe, like on my own, out in the world. So I just kept getting in relationships with like big, strong men that I felt like I would feel safer, right? I need to be more health conscious. I need to be stronger. I need to understand that I can take care of myself and I don't have to be like in a relationship with somebody. And that's another thing. Like, let me tell you guys something. Having some accountability this weekend is really showing me there's no boogeyman. There's no like monster out there that's like trying to take me down. You know what I'm trying to say? That we do these things kind of to ourselves here, right? Think of the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with and you don't know how to love yourself or be your own resource. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not talking to Renee, I'm talking to all of us, like in general, like collectively. Divine Feminine, we're learning self-love and we're learning how to have control in our finances, how not have to rely and depend on other people. That's going to be huge. The peacock does represent the masculine energy, so that is sticking out to me, Renee. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right, ladies, who is next? Aisha. You can add Aisha. Aisha. Sister will let me get it. She'll get it. She'll teach it to me. Don't worry. I'll get it. I done forgot. Tell me one more time. Aisha.
Just ignore the A.
Ignore the A. Thank you. Mallory, Michelle, I have two boys and they're about killed me during the teen years. You are Mallory. Mallory, remind me, is it I don't want to say because I don't want to offend nobody, and then they'll be like, no, which they're all mine. Is it like a Brady Bunch situation? I have a couple friends. that are in a, they've married later in life and they had children and the person has children and they all get together and have a much bigger family of children. Mallory says, I have 2 8-year-olds. Oh, have mercy. See? Just saying. Are they twins? Tell me. Both boys.
I assume they were twins.
But see, I'm pretty sure she's the one with the Brady Bunch. Like, he had kids, she had kids, they got together. But I could be wrong. That's why I was scared to say anything. And then he's like, no, not me. Dork. All right, I see Sandra's. All right, Sandra, here we go. Love is in the air. Sandra, I had a message for you today, and I don't know why I just said that out loud in the middle of this live. We'll talk about that later. All right, let's keep going. It's because I forgot, and then when I said her name, I remembered. But yeah, let's just keep going. All right. It's good. It's really, really, really good. All right. Who is it? And I feel like the cards, I won't even have to say anything. Watch. Who is it and why are you scared? Who is it and why are you scared? No, I feel like you might not. The cards may piss you off, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. You'd be like, no. All right, here we go. Just do it for me, Spirit, please. Ooh, the self. The sun comes out. Who is it and why are you scared? The sun is the self. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Cups comes out. When will it happen and how will it happen? Are you ready? Don't get mad. Don't shoot the messenger. It's Queen of Cups. You know what Queen of Cups is. Queen of Cups is unconditional love. But we always get, it's always a touchy situation when Sandra gets a reading. And guys, I want you to know that when Spirit's giving me these messages, we're in a collective, we're experiencing these things collectively. It is not just Sandra. That's why I come out here and tell you about all the things that I F up so that you can see that we're all human and we make the same mistakes, okay? It's really, really important that we understand that. And whenever I'm doing these readings, like I am not like beating anyone up. Sandra is my best friend. Sandra is like the most compassionate, loving, kindest person that I know. When I need compassion because my heart is hard, I go to Sandra. Okay. But it's gonna step on some toes. And it's gonna step on a lot of y'all's toes, not just Sandra's. Mallory's is probably gonna step on Mallory's. We just got them talking about all the kids. Ready? Here goes. This is a situation, Queen of Cups. If you read tarot and you're pulling yourself a Queen of Cups, are you ready? Here's the message the Spirit is giving you. You are not a martyr. You are not supposed to deplete yourself to exhaustion, to sickness, to mental health problems because you have kids or because you have a spouse or because you have family that requires you to take care of them. It is not your job to kill yourself for your family. In fact, are you ready? Here's where the toes get stepped on. In fact, you're doing your family a disservice. Did you hear me? A disservice. So those of you that are like, I have all these kids. I can't take care of me. I can't put time into me and myself right now because I have all these kids. I have responsibilities, Rosa. You just don't understand. You can tell me that till you're blue in the face because I used to say the same thing. And I now know that is not true. I was literally pouring my depletion on my children and my family, and it sucks. It hurts so bad to have that, to realize that. And don't you know that I walked around talking about what a great mom I was? I did everything for my kids. They wanted to go to school, they needed sports, they wanted stuff. I did everything. I fought with dad. I tooth and nail. My kids wanted them. I was a good mom. I poured my depletion Stop pouring your depletion on your family and calling it love. Go freaking take care of yourself. Heal yourself. Love yourself. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. If we truly love, that's the statement that none of us like. You have to learn to love yourself in order to truly love someone else. If you truly love the people that you claim to love, and again, I'm talking to everybody who hears my voice, you will do whatever it takes. You will take the time to do whatever it takes to replenish your cup, to love yourself, be kind to yourself, and compassionate to yourself, because that's what the Queen of Cups means. I don't make this up. That's why it's so important to me that I tell you what these cards mean. And some of you pull your own tarot. How many of you have been pulling the Queen of Cups and you didn't know? What you need to know from your higher self, the star, Sandra. Oh, mine too. I can't get through it sometimes. The star. This is Aquarius energy. Guys, Pluto is now in Aquarius. Pluto and Capricorn. People are like, astrology isn't real. Let me tell you, the last 16 years of my life have been the hardest 16 years of my life. And I've had a hard life since freaking birth, so whatever. But I'm telling you, the last 16 years of my life was the hardest. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Pluto and Capricorn kicked my ass all over. I will say Pluto in Aquarius, it's better energy. I'd rather have my ass kicked by spirit than Pluto any day. Yeah. When Pluto kicks your ass, it takes shit away. And I don't know why I'm cussing so much. Stop doing it. It makes you want something and then take it from you. That's Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in Aquarius, Spirit takes things from us because we didn't need it. We didn't need it then. We didn't need it at that time. It wasn't the right time. I don't know. There's something about time with the star card. But it's like Pluto in Aquarius, what God takes from you, God gives back. And when he gives it back, it's better. Does that make sense? Star is bright hope for your future. Bright hope for your future. I'm going to leave that there, Sandra. I hope that was helpful. Get ready for all the rebirth, right? The closures have happened, and it's time for the rebirths. Michelle says, wow, that makes a lot of sense and really fits with my life as well. Interesting. See? Sherry says, 16 years of hell. Facts. I would describe it the exact same way. Oh, you're welcome, Sandra. Jenna, is Jenna next? I see the hi. All right, Jenna, let's start with who is it? Who is it and why are you scared? Ooh, there's so many. Ooh, that's why you're scared. It's the twin, 1111, Four of Wands, manifestation. You manifested the situation. You're scared. Are there children? What? Maybe not children. Okay, so there could be children, and that could be why you're scared, but I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think it's because you know that you're fixing to create something. Oh, thank you, Jenna. I don't think I talked about this enough. It's touchy and I really don't want to, and that's why. Um, but that's something that I got to experience. We talked about it in a few lives back. I really can't put my finger to remember when it was, but I was like, Spirit is telling us that we have to work together. We're going to have to work together. We're going to have to work together in order to create something, in order to follow some purpose, in order to do something. So there could be a child, Jenna, and you could be having to like work with the twin in order to do something for this child. But again, if there's no children involved, it could just be like the purpose itself, right? Like you could be creating something in order to follow your purpose together. 5 of Swords energy. You're scared because it's the twin. Easy cheesy. All right. 5 of Swords energy. When will it happen, or how will it happen? I mean, 5 of Swords, that could be like, I can't remember if swords are like weeks or years. But the 5 is sticking out to me. I feel like you're too close to all of this energy. So let's just say 5 days, right? But you could be having some like negative thoughts about how the communication will take place. And I think that's how it's going to happen. I think it's communication. I do not feel that this energy of the 4 of Wands is going to come arguing with you, but I think you may be worried that there could be like maybe some disagreement, or like maybe they don't want to do something the way you want to do it or something like that. I'm not sure. What you need to know from your higher self says hold your ground. Queen of Swords comes out, hold your ground. Maybe also watch your words. Like we can cuss people without using cuss words, right? I'm not saying it had nothing to do with cussing. You're not cussing anybody. It's more about holding your ground, having healthy boundaries, and enforcing those boundaries. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Jenna. I hope that was helpful. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the who. All right. Milky Way. Sister says, say hi, please. Milky Way. Thank you, Jenna. I haven't went over and checked on the TikTok. Oh, the TikTok's not doing good today. But it is on. Mark Meeks. Mountain Girl Graphics. See, how is it doing that? Look how it says Purple Luna Rose joined. Purple Luna Rose shared live video. I didn't. Did I share the video? Like, I haven't hit a button over here.
Maybe it's just because you're.
Does it just do it automatically, like when I come over and click on the page? Pretty interesting.
It's done it every time.
It has. It's made me wonder though, like, am I hitting something? Am I doing? Because here's a share button. I know. But Mountain Girl Graphics said followed the host. Love that. Oh, they hit the follow button. She didn't say that. It's telling me. Okay, I'll get out of there. All right, guys. Don't forget, we are multi-streaming. So Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right. I was just trying to find some time there. Oh my gosh, Mallory. I feel like I'm missing part of a conversation. Beautiful butterfly. I love that. Kind of how we go, bless your heart. You know?
That's not what that means.
Oh Lord. Yeah, but I think the idea is that we're supposed to mean it.
That's the southern backhand way of can't say the bad word.
I know. All right, Milky Way. Here we go. So love reading for Milky Way as well. All right, I see the High Priestess, Milky Way. That's some powerful energy. Let me turn around, get situated. I also seen that Page of Swords. Somebody is watching somebody. All right, let's start with who is it and why are you scared? Ooh, Knight of Swords, someone you broke up with. Knight of Swords is my breakup card. It's someone you broke up with or someone you're going to break up with. I think you already broke up with them. It's someone that you're okay. So Knight of Swords, being courageous enough to deliver a message about the element. Swords is communication, so it's like mental energy, how you perceive something. Ooh, it's going to be perceive something because I burped. Okay, so I know it's weird, but I promise it's a thing. Um, so Knight of Swords is like someone could be coming. I do feel like it's someone from your past. You most likely were in a relationship with this person, and you most likely did the like breaking away. It has something to do with like freedom. I see the eagle in the background. Um, but I definitely feel like the fearful energy is not necessarily the person, it's more what you have to say. Maybe you're seeing something in a different light, or like you're seeing it in a different perspective, something like that. Maybe there's some accountability here as well. That could definitely be a thing. All right, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air sign. So they're going to have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in a strong, prominent placement. So sun, moon, or rising. And now I'm going to look at when will it happen? How will it happen? When will it happen? And how will it happen? Ooh, Knight of Pentacles comes out. That's that slow moving energy. Slow move. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, because I didn't get slow here. This person may have been slow previously. This person may have also, I see the squirrel in the tree. This person may also be someone that like they've been waiting a long time. They've been planning for a long time. Maybe they've been off healing for a long time. That's very possible. It could be like, let's say, for example, Milky Way, you're not doing like your own healing practices. Maybe you've stopped doing your spiritual practice. Maybe you're not meditating. Maybe you're not eating well. Maybe you're not, connecting with spirit. Maybe you're not channeling. Maybe you're not, a being of service, right? And it could be saying like it's going to be a long time if you like don't get on board. But again, I'm not really sensing that. I feel like you're already on the path to this awakening. So it's like this is someone who like takes great care. They could have the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in a strong placement. Like this could be their moon sign, that could be their sun sign. I mean, it could take someone a while, but remember, we talked about the astrology at the beginning, and somewhere right around the 14th, there's that astrology that says something that's been kind of dead, like taking a long time, not really showing any progress, is going to suddenly pick up, right? I feel honestly like everything's the month of February. There's nothing that's going to come out that's like next year, 6 months from now. It's all happening. This is the month. All right, so what you need to know from your higher self, the Hermit comes out. This is Major Arcana. Have you guys noticed the Major Arcanas have been a little stingy tonight? I've noticed that, so that's big. It's kind of like we're being tested. Remember, Major Arcanas are when Spirit steps in, right? This is divinely fated energy. This is like us, human energy, right? So the Hermit is dark night of the soul, for one, spiritual awakening, but it's also enlightenment, like being able to see things ahead of time, being able to spot things ahead of time. That could be why you're scared of this person, maybe. But I think that someone from your past is going to return, and I think they've done some work on themselves, and they've been working on themselves for quite some time. Virgo energy sticking out strongly. I would definitely recommend checking charts for what house that represents, that rules over, and what's in that house. All right, I'm going to leave that there, and I hope that was helpful. All right, where are we at? How are we doing? We're an hour and 45 minutes in. Is sister's doing one too?
Yeah,
I see it. Mallory is headed to bed. I love you, Mallory. Have a good night. Milky Way says, interesting. I feel like Milky Way wanted general guidance when we did a love reading. I hope the message still comes through. I feel like Spirit always gives us what we need to hear. You're definitely dealing with someone from the past.
Originally asked for the love
What is it?
reading. Originally she asked for the love
Oh, it's okay. What are you doing, sister? Love reading?
Yeah.
All
The only
right.
one not doing the love reading is Diana.
Diana. Okay, gotcha. All right. So Nima is my sister, y'all. I've been living at my sister's for the last 3 months. Something hit me the other day that really gave me a little bit of a freaking wake up call. We were talking about our mother. Our mother passed. Both me and sister have lost both our mom and dad. Very young. And that was another wake up call I had. I was like, man, I was in my early 30s, which would have made sister in her early 20s. So I'm just saying, yeah. But one of the realizations I had was that my mom tended to live her crazy life in the crazy way that she lived it. And then I love her to death. I'm not talking shit because she will knock me upside the head, let me tell you. But anyway, she lived her life in such a way that there were times where, like, I remember having to go to our aunt's house. We had this aunt. She, I guess, would be considered like the more stable one, right? She lived in her home, same home for however long. All those good positive things, right? So my mom would always like go to her house whenever shit hit the fan. And my mom was married, like, God bless her heart. Please don't. I'm being honest, you know. But it's like she was married 9 times, 9 times. So you talk about like getting it honestly. Um, remember I made the point of like I've never been single my whole life. I was married for a very, very long time, and I stayed in a very, not healthy, toxic marriage, because I didn't want to be my mom. I didn't want to be somebody that was married 9 times, right? Um, but I don't know. Anyway, I just realized that like here I am at my sister's again, and I love that everybody thinks that like, oh, your energy is so good there. Here's something I kind of just want to say, and I said it in the post as well. Y'all, Spirit loves me no matter where I'm at. Like, God is not going to abandon me. As long as I'm trying to follow my purpose, God's going to be right by my side. I can be at my sister's, I can be in my car on the side of a road. I have been. I have done lives in my car on the side of a road. I promise you. I know we looked at pretty pictures of the lake, but I promise you, we have done lives in the front seat of my car on the side of the road. And you didn't know. Them lives were great. Reading still came out beautiful, and the message still comes through because I don't sugarcoat, I don't lie, I've surrendered. I give you the message that I receive. It helps me. I hope it helps you, right? All right. So, yeah, I love that sister gives me this safe space, and it makes me want to call my aunt and thank her for giving my mom a safe space when her shit hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like having family that you can count on and that helps you feel safe is important. And it's hard because we grow up thinking that we're supposed to love our family like regardless, and it's like no, it's actually not the case. We need to have healthy boundaries, enforce those boundaries, and we need to gather with like minds, and sometimes that's not always our blood relation, right? All right. So, sister, who is it and why are you scared? This is going to be an interesting card. Leo, the strength card comes out right away. 7 of Swords comes out. Disbelief. One more, please. Ooh, it is sweet. Okay. And then 10 of Cups comes out. Happy home. All right, so the strength card on the bottom, we do have a page of pentacles on the bottom, so that's pretty interesting. The strength card, who is it? Leo energy. Why are you scared? Okay, so Leo energy is courage. Scott, actually, my brother-in-law, actually made a comment to me while I was downstairs, and I was explaining about how I felt this weekend. Like when I was in this moment, you know, especially the elevator one, that one really freaked me out. I think it's because it was like a tight space, and there was like, you know, grown people in there, and I was like, I don't like that. But so my brother-in-law made this comment. He said, "Now I'm gonna get it wrong. Dang it." But it's kind of like I always get these things wrong. But it's kind of like courage is not like lack of fear.
The absence of fear.
Thank you. What is it? How does it go? Courage is not the absence of fear. There was more to it. I know. It was like taking action even though you have that fear. It's like courage is doing the thing. Yes. So I'm just saying, like that's gonna be huge. So it's like you may be, I don't know, scared to do something or have fear of something, but it's like you're going to persevere because you're gonna find this like inner courage to take this action, even though you have this fear. All right, when's it gonna happen and how will it happen? Seven of Swords comes out. The seven could be, it's very significant. It's definitely giving me like something could happen in 1 week. And it could have something to do with leveling up. That's another meaning to the card that we never get. Like we always go, oh, it's deceit, it's trickery, it's yada yada, because those are the drama elements to tarot, right? We all like drama. But Seven of Swords is actually leveling up. It could definitely be a leveling up period. And it could be saying that you could be leveling up in a way that's between you and spirit. You don't need to tell the whole world, right? Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, Seven of Swords. All right, I got said cups because I got excited. So you got the Ten of Cups. What you need to know from your higher self. Ten of Cups is emotional contentment. So whatever this message is for you, I have no idea myself. It's like whatever that is for you, this energy through the month of February is going to bring you that feeling of happy home, happy family, emotional contentment. You've reached goals in not physical things, but emotional things, heart space things that you've wanted in this lifetime. All right. I hope that that was helpful.
Thank you.
All right. Who is next? Lisa on Facebook. Sherry said, I'm 52 and I'm at my brother's now. Oh my God, Sherry, I love you so much right now. And I knew that. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I would hug you right now. But isn't that such, I love that feeling. Like, I love just knowing that, like, it's not just me. It's totally okay. It's going to be fine. Oh, there's Lisa. All right, Lisa. Lisa's doing Love is in the Air reading. All right, first thing I'm looking at is who is it? Why are you scared? Who is it? And why are you scared? Ooh, that's why I'm scared. It's someone who's very confident in themselves. It's very possible they're overly confident in themselves. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could have this. I'm getting this vibe, and I just heard the message, so I'm just gonna spit it out. Someone who thinks they're always right. There could be something about that there as well. And why are you scared? I think you're maybe just kind of put off by something, the way they act about something. But again, I'm hearing that word courage. So I don't know. There's something about like maybe someone's overly confident in a situation, but it's not that they don't have fear. It's just that they're having courage, right? And they're doing the action or doing the thing, even though they are scared. This could be someone that like comes to you and asks you out or something, and you're like, man, he's confident in himself, or like, you know, maybe you're too scared to ask, you know, so like you wouldn't do it. So they, you know, something like that. I'm not sure. All right, when will it happen and how will it happen? Ooh, Page of Wands comes out way sooner than we think. Page of Wands also says that it's a baby step. So it's going to be a very small gesture, a very small offer, but it's Wands, it's fire energy. I talked about the astrology. The first week of February is fire, sticky, passionate, fire energy. Page of Wands. This could be someone's younger. All right, what you need to know from your higher self. Justice comes out. Big major arcana. Whoever this is, it says that a great injustice was done between you and this person. And it's like now the universe is like the scales are, it's like it's being put right again, is what I'm getting. Strong Libra energy with that justice card. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. How are we doing on the list? Like how many more?
Just Diana and Isaac. It's already closed. Sweet. Diana's doing talking to heaven.
All right. Big lessons in the talking to heaven. I don't know if I've mentioned it already. I know I mentioned it to Sandra. I think I did mention it. I talked about it in the lives where I'm learning that we don't always need the cards. And I shouldn't talk shit about people that don't use them. Have mercy. I know. All right. Lisa says that definitely makes a lot of sense. Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being so courageous and participating. Sister, did you hit the closed list on the bottom?
It doesn't let me.
It's doing it right now.
You did it earlier when I swear when I said list closed, you said okay.
Okay, I probably did. Oh, that's freaky.
I swear
Oh
you
my
got
God.
it. I swear.
Sometimes I'm not here, y'all. Sometimes when you're channeling. You know what I mean?
I just did it automatically.
All right, here we go. All right, Diana. So think of your person. Think of who you want to get a message from. Please remember, I am not in control of any situation. One, I am learning about mediumship. But two, I am definitely learning that we have a lot of people. We have a lot of like ancestors, loved ones, passed on loved ones, this lifetime, past lifetimes. I'm just saying, and everybody wants to. It's like there's this opportunities, like if somebody opens a gate or something, and it's like, you know what I mean? So it's definitely challenging. And a way to explain this: have you guys ever got a medium reading? And you were like, hey, that sounds like my aunt so and so. Or wait a minute, nope, that sounds like my dad so and so. Oh, wait a minute, no, that sounds like. That's why. That's why that happens, because it's so many coming in. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants a chance.
Yes, yes. Everyone wants a chance to say something.
There's no Q system in heaven.
No, there's not. All right. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. And oh my gosh, it's the puzzle pieces. And I'm hearing that this is the only card we need. All right. I cheated. I looked at the bottom. All right. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. Guys, the puzzle pieces are sticking out to me because Diana just gifted me this beautiful, beautiful puzzle. It has the zodiac on it, and I started to put it together. I struggled with it definitely until she gave me a hint. And now I actually had to move, so I had to pack it up and put it back in the box. It definitely was a little upsetting, but I'm ready to start working on it again. And she gave me a little clue to make it a little bit easier for me, so I'm really excited. All right, curious who will come through. Okay, so although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. The puzzle pieces are going to be important. Let's pull it out really quickly. I heard something about I'm giving you a piece. I'm giving you a piece of something. I mean, it could have something to do with peace. I'm giving you peace. I don't know. I just heard like I'm giving you a piece. All right. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. There is a divine order behind everything that happens, including the time of my passing. I realized that you weren't ready to let me go, and in many ways, I wasn't ready either. Since my passing, I've received spiritual counseling to help me see the bigger picture of my life and death. This is giving strong feminine energy. It's very emotional, very much coming from the heart space. I now understand that I had to leave the way I did. It was part of my soul contract and yours as well. I now see that everything in this universe is mathematically precise. There is no accident. At some level, your soul knew that I would leave before you did. We've been both preparing for this transition since the beginning of our relationship. I'm grateful for all the beautiful moments we shared together, along with the lessons I learned from difficult times. It's divinely perfect. All right. So it's interesting to me because I know that your mom is still here, but it's definitely giving me like strong maternal, strong it's maternal, but it's like someone who I want to say provided and protected. But they could have just been like an important nurturer in your life. Like my grandpa raised me. This could be like a grandparent, something like that. I'm not sure. But that's the message. I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Curious who will come through. Sister. Sister is here and just bought me jewelry. That was our grandmother's. Love it. I looked at it earlier too. I didn't finish reading it. That's why I'm not supposed to look at the comments though. I'm not supposed to look at the comments. All right, so Aisha is here. 2 grandmothers have passed. I love that. Was one of them like super nurturing and part of like your caretaking and right? Like my grandpa raised me and it gave me that type of vibe. All right. So tarot, and we're closing it out with Aisha. I want you guys to know that I seen her when she came in. So Spirit tapped me on the shoulder, and most likely we have done this entire live for Aisha. In case you guys didn't know, that's how it works around here. All right, here we go. So I'm assuming she wants love is in the air.
Yes.
That's how they call it, organic growth. Organic growth. Spirit will point out a few people when they come in, they're new. And then I have to give them a reading, and then it gives them some confirmation, and then bam. Then they go. Fly like a bird. All right, Aisha, here we go. First thing I'm looking at is who, and why you're scared. Who is it and why you're scared? 9 of Swords comes out. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I do see the spirit in the background. I wanted to say twin right away. I see the owl. But this could be someone who's passed. And I mean, that's scary in itself. I think you could be nervous of the energy. I mean, it still could be twin. It still could be simultaneous incarnation. Definitely. You're just in separation, not in the same place. That's very possible. But I'm definitely getting like there's something about the apparition up there in the background. You see her, Nine of Swords in the bed. Nine of Swords is anxiety. Something's causing you anxiety. You could have fear of something. I just felt this weird, like, I don't know. You know how when you're on a boat and the boat rocks, weird type of like feeling when something like a wave. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that one's throwing me off. When will it happen and how will it happen? The star comes out like right freaking now. That's when star energy, Aquarius energy. We're in this energy. It's bright hope for the future, but this is now. This is happening right now. All right, what you need to know from your higher self. Wow, 9 of Pentacles is here. You can do anything, and not only can you do anything, you've almost done something huge. You've almost accomplished something huge, and you had to accomplish it on your own. Yeah. But Nine of Pentacles is like, you are so close. There's a story with the Nine of Pentacles. Let's talk about it for just a second, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Nine of Pentacles, you always see she's got that bird, the little birdie, you know. So I heard, who was it? Minnow Pond telling the story one time. So Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. You've learned how to do something, how to become your own resource, how to become financially independent. Even if you didn't learn how to become financially independent, you now have some knowledge that's going to get you there, right? But with what you need to know from your higher self, you've already done something, because you're at the stage. The point of the bird is she no longer has to go do the work. She does not go out to go work to build her pinnacles and bring them back to her garden. No, she grows all her pinnacles. She's become her own resource. And if she needs anything that's not here, she sends that bird. The bird is the master. The bird goes and does it for her. The bird goes and brings her back her last pinnacle. That's what your higher self wants you to know. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful, guys. All right. Yes, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. Tuesday. Tuesday, I will be back. I'm not sure if we're going to play with a robot. I kind of need to take a little bit of a break playing with the YouTube algorithm, just so I can start to break down December and January's, stuff that happened. We had that shorts take off over the weekend. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I want to say it hit 8,500, and that is going to be our most viewed video of all time. So to say I had a great weekend is a complete understatement, right? Aisha, that was your reading. Last reading was yours. I hope that message come through, and I hope that that was helpful for you. At least gave you some confirmation. That's usually, she says, I'm nervous, right? Yes, that's usually the case. All right, guys. So Tuesday, I will probably be back Tuesday night, and we will most likely do an all 12 signs. And then Thursday evening, let's do our February twin flame current energy, our monthly. Let's do it on Thursday. We'll do that Thursday night, and that will wrap it up for January for us, right? All right, guys. Thank you, everyone who came in, all my moderators. If you're new, if the message pulled at your heartstrings, you're in the right spot, right? So make sure to hit that follow button, join button. TikTok, I appreciate you over there. I appreciate you over there while we're getting it together. Ellie, I love you too. Thank you for all the hearts over there. Guys, I promise, as soon as I figure out what we're doing with TikTok, I will get a moderator over there, and we will get someone talking to you guys in the chat over there. And I will try to at least get, I don't know, a different screen. Sister's going to show me how I can put more than one screen on my computer. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to get that lesson. I'm going to take notes. And then that way I can watch the TikTok myself. I feel bad that you guys are over there by yourselves. Guys, we've been live streaming since 2020. I know it seems like I know what I'm doing, but still very, very new over on TikTok. I love the TikTok community. That is definitely where I get all the information that I need. I understand there's been some changes over there, so we're definitely just trying to, bear through and figure out, what they're going to do, and then I will get someone moving over there, right? But thank you, Ellie, for coming in. Eliana, guys, over on TikTok. I love it. Facebook, Michelle, thank you so much, sister. Everywhere, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I will see everyone Tuesday night. I hope the readings were helpful, and I'm always, always sending you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good evening, everyone.